A number of cars have an alpha channel within the paint template. If the alpha channel is not correctly output, glass won't be transparent. Normally we create 24-bit paint and spec map TGA files, but these cars require 32-bit TGA files. Here is one of the V8 supercars, the Holden Commodore ZB. This is what we get if we export the iRacing template. The headlight and rear window glass is solid. There is a yellow square over the dry ice filler. Note, our TGA files are 12 megabytes. That means they are 24-bit because a 32-bit TGA is 16 megabytes, uncompressed. Within the paintable area there is a layer named Parts that can have their alpha edited. Let's turn that layer on so we can see it, and turn all other layers off. The black areas are the only areas where we can alter the alpha channel. Black means fully transparent, white means fully opaque. You can vary the opacity by filling a part with a grayscale value. This layer is transparent outside the black areas. We need white to make that area visible. Create a group for this layer, name it Alpha Channel. Add a white fill layer below the part's alpha layer. Now duplicate the alpha channel group. The keyboard shortcut is Ctrl+J. Right mouse button, rasterize to mask. Now you can see the black areas are transparent. We can turn off the original alpha channel group. We will keep it, we just don't need it visible. Drag the alpha channel mask onto the paintable area group to mask it. Turn on the other layers in the paintable area and export to TGA. Now the headlights are transparent. The side window is transparent and we can see the dry ice filler. But note, there is still a visible shadow around the dry ice filler. That will be resolved when we export a new spec map. Either import an RGB spec map or convert the custom spec map to RGB. Duplicate the paintable area mask. Drag it over the RGB spec map group to mask it. Turn off the alpha layer in the spec map. Turn off the paintable area layer. Export the RGA spec map to TGA. Both of our TGA files are now 16 megabytes, they are 32-bit. Now, with the 32-bit spec map, the shadow around the dry ice filler is gone. It's a little easier in GIMP. Make the alpha parts layer visible. Select the alpha parts layer. Right mouse button, select alpha to selection. Right mouse button over the paintable area group. Select Add Layer Mask. Click Selection. Click Invert Mask. Click Add. You can see the alpha parts are now transparent. You can export the paintable area to TGA. Then repeat the same process for the spec map. Here is the other V8 supercar, the Ford Mustang GT. This is what we get if we export the iRacing template. The headlight glass is solid. The glass in the door is solid. Go through the same process we used on the Holden, but only for the paint. The Ford uses a standard 24-bit spec map, no alpha layer. And here are the results. Here is the Porsche 992 Cup. This car requires a 32-bit TGA file for both the paint and spec map. GIMP and Affinity users need to use an RGB spec map, not the iRacing grayscale spec map. The alpha channel in this car can be used to create the mask. Click the Channel tab. Right mouse button over the Alpha 1 channel. Select Load to Pixel Selection. Click the Layers tab. Select the paintable area group. Click the Mask button. Export to a TGA paint file. Get an RGB spec map and repeat the same steps. Note, turn off the spec map alpha parts layer. Here are before and after images. The windscreen number area is now correct. In GIMP, right mouse click over the paintable area group. Select Add Layer Mask. This time click on Channel, the Alpha 1 channel should be selected. Invert Mask should not be checked. Click Add. Export the TGA paint file. Then get a RGB spec map note, turn off the spec map alpha parts layer. Repeat the same steps to mask it. Export the TGA spec map.